This is the Reds POSTCAST, your instant game reaction for the Cincinnati Reds. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to a fantastic sweep edition of the Locked On Reds Postcast, your every Cincinnati Reds post-game show. My name is Tim Daniel. I have been covering the Cincinnati Reds in podcast form for 5 seasons at publications such as the Riverfront and Late Night Reds. Of course, you can check out me after every single Reds game and Jeff Carr and Stephen Offenbaker at Locked On Reds Monday through Friday here on this same exact app and stream at no charge to you, no paywalls. You can check us out on YouTube, and of course, check us out on your podcast app of choice. Today, a beautiful day to be at Great American Ballpark. I was in attendance. I got my Harry Potter shirt today. I feel good about my team Gryffindor with the little red sleeve on the patch there. What a fun day. It's the Cincinnati Reds sweep the Pittsburgh Pirates after a 4-0 victory. And of course, we can't do this day without talking about the amazing season of Hunter Greene. We're going to talk about Santiago Espinal and how just good he has been for the Reds. And we're going to finish the show today paying tribute to the legendary, since the Reds' former Rookie of the Year, Tommy Helms, who it was announced during the game, passed away today. But we are going to have some fun today, even with that somber news. And of course, guys, we know what this is. We know what we're talking about.
This is what you'll be talking about.
I want to first mention that today's game, like I said, was an awesome experience to be at Great American Ballpark. It was my first time there all season. I'm so happy I got to be there to see such a great game today. And obviously a 2-hour and 3-minute game. Thumbs up for us who have kids and want to get home there. So, Jawan, you're here on a win and still found a way to be negative. Unbelievable, man. You are so good at this. But hey, you are correct there. They should be 9-7. You can probably make the case they should be better than 9-7, but we're going to enjoy today regardless. So Hunter Greene today, yet another fantastic performance. 7 innings pitched, just 2 hits given up, 1 walk, and 8 strikeouts. FanDuel today had his over-under at 7.5 strikeouts. I hope you, like me, got to cash in some money on that one because he was incredible. Hunter Greene this week had 2 starts without giving up a single earned run. Hunter Greene this week has shown that he is probably the best pitcher in the major leagues right now. I think that's fair. The way he's pitching, the way that he has had an anemic offense majority of the season so far. This has been awesome. Larry, I can't call out Jawan about being negative and not bring up Larry also. They sweep the Pirates today. Finds a way to be negative. Come on, guys. Enjoy the day. Can we just enjoy the day? Can we just come in here and we all have a good time? We all celebrate, have some fun. The Cincinnati Reds are victorious. They got a division sweep, which means more than a regular sweep with how little you play the division nowadays. And Hunter Greene is the stinking man. All right? He is the man. So today, just another outstanding game. And he had great defense behind him. Santiago Espinal making an unbelievable catch in the second inning. He had bad defense behind him. Jake Fraley missing a ball that leads to a triple that Hunter Greene danced out of. This was really awesome. It was just such an awesome day to be at the ballpark. It was so beautiful out, and Hunter Greene doing Hunter Greene things. The fact that, and I got for the first time, the rare occurrence that I'm in the car and I got to listen to Yid's postgame show on WLW. And Hunter kind of made fun of himself a little bit. He's like, if you watch this game and you watch the first 2 innings, you probably thought, oh boy, this isn't good. And then from there, he's like, all right, I just found my groove again. He has been the best pitcher in baseball so far this year, guys. And I talked about this the other day after Lodolo's outing, that I think you're hard pressed to find a better 1-2 right now, not just in the National League, but in baseball. They're doing what those two are doing for their team and in different ways. But for Hunter Greene now, he has got 3 consecutive in his last 3 outings. He's given up 1 run. I mean, pretty unbelievable. He's been just lights out. He's been so good. He's making the case to start in the All-Star game. We're getting probably way ahead of our skis, but so far, I think you're hard pressed to find something bad to say about his season. Yeah, Malachi, you're right. And Brady Singer's your number 3rd. I just talked about last night. Andrew Abbott's your 5th. Also, let's mention through his starts this year, he's only given up 1 home run in the whole season. That was opening day. So he's been great. It's hard to press to find anything bad to say about it. I just think that the fact that and you heard Frank Coda talk about it today in the post game too, where the day after he pitches, he's getting after it. He's not just kind of sitting there. He's not calming down. He's not just like taking it in and resting. He's okay. Let's get to the next day. So in this case, getting ready for Baltimore. We'll probably start on Tuesday because they're off tomorrow. Getting ready for the Orioles this weekend coming up. So that's pretty awesome. He's now 2nd in the National League in strikeouts to Mackenzie Gore by 1. Mackenzie Gore has 32. Hunter has 31. I don't think Mackenzie pitched today for the Nationals. If someone here in the chats wants to catch me up on that, I would greatly appreciate it. But his whip is unbelievable. This is just awesome, man. This is awesome. So shout out to Hunter Greene on an unbelievable day yet again with the ball in his hand. I'll listen to you guys right now. So is there a guy right now, realistically, that you trust more than Hunter Greene when he's getting the ball, the way he's currently pitching? I'm not saying big picture, because I'm sure you can probably come up here and name 7 or 8 really good pitchers, but I don't know if I want anyone more than him in the current state of how things are going in baseball that I want pitching a game other than him right now. If it's like I have one chance to keep an offense from scoring, he's my guy I'm picking right now. He's flat out the guy I'm picking. So that can change. It's April. I am probably just overtly excited. I think he is put behind the people who were really upset last year for some godforsaken reason about the All-Star game. Whatever. And we are turning the page and moving forward as now he has a chance to pitch against a really good Baltimore Orioles team. But we will celebrate today a huge victory, a sweep in division of the Pittsburgh Pirates, and putting them down. And guys, in the next segment, I'm going to admit a little bit more of my ignorance. You know, I'm one who's honest. If I get it right, I tell you. If I get it wrong, I tell you. And I was pretty wrong about how good Santiago Espinal is for this team. So we're going to talk about that here in just a moment. We'll be right back. Looking for a snack that's both delicious and nutritious? Crack into a good source of protein with Wonderful Pistachios. Wonderful Pistachios is one of the highest protein nuts. Each 1 ounce serving has 6 grams of protein, giving you over 10% of your daily value. Plus, they're packed with fiber and better for you unsaturated fats to help keep you feeling fuller longer. Personally, I love the no-shell variety. It's the perfect grab-and-go snack for busy days. Whether I'm snacking at my desk, heading down to the ballpark, or just need a quick protein boost, they're always my go-to. And if you love cracking open every shell for that satisfying crunch, the end-shell options are a classic favorite. The fact that Wonderful Pistachios is a complete protein providing all 9 essential amino acids. No shells, Wonderful Pistachios for the grab-and-go. Get snacking and cracking with the snack that packs a protein punch. Visit wonderfulpistachios.com to learn more. Ever check your bank account and wonder, where did all my money go? Between dining out, online shopping, and entertainment, it's easy to lose track. That's where Monarch Money comes in, your personal CFO, giving you full visibility and control of your finances. Monarch Money isn't just a budgeting app, it's a complete financial command center. You can track all your accounts, investments, and spending in one place. So you just stop managing your money and start building wealth. When I started using Monarch, I realized just how much I was spending on tickets. Now I budget smarter and save more. Instead of juggling multiple apps, you can use Monarch to check your finances, track spending, and even plan long-term goals. Managing money with your partner is smoother than ever. You can track shared and personal accounts, set goals, and stay on page without the stress. Take control of your finances with Monarch Money. Use Locked On MLB at monarchmoney.com for 50% off your first year. That's monarchmoney.com, code Locked On MLB for half off your first year. Thank you all so much for hanging out with me this late afternoon as we celebrate a Reds victory on the Reds Postcast, brought to you by the Locked On Podcast Network. Be sure, as always, to be tapped in and be a first listener of the day with Jeff Carr and Stephen Offenbaker every Monday through Friday as they do the big picture dive into the season and everything about it. And, you know, Mondays, they go live on Mondays. They have a live Monday show that I was lucky enough to be a guest on last week. It's a lot of fun. They're just great dudes to chat with, and be sure to check that out as well with this great, wonderful feed at Locked On Reds. Guys, we're all feeling good today. We're all having some fun. But let's talk about where this game was really won or lost. Here is today's turning point.
Time to reveal where the game was won or lost. It's the turning point.
Santiago Espinal had the turning point today with a 2-run base hit, an RBI double to put the Reds ahead, and didn't look back. A huge hit for him today on top of an amazing catch he made. So I want to talk about this guy because I was completely wrong about Santiago Espinal. Now, last year they traded for him in a pinch. McLean's injury, Marte's suspension. They needed a middle infielder, and he came through. He has become a full-on utility guy for this team. He can play second. He can play third. He's playing corner outfield, which a lot of us are kind of like, oh, I don't know. He's hitting second in the order. He doesn't strike out, and I had no idea he was that athletic. Did you guys know this? Because I undersold his athleticism. That catch today was unbelievable. So for him, I know, I'm normally a big OPS guy. That's kind of my defining set of, are you having a good season or not? And for him to, the OPS isn't amazing, but I think at this point you can kind of look at the fact that he doesn't strike out. He's hitting 275 this year in 40 plate appearances, 40 at bats, I should say. He's drawing walks. No, he's not. He has in those last 15 games, he has 2 walks. We got to get that on percentage, but the slugging looks pretty good the last week. And the fact that he's just kind of become this guy who you can basically play every day at a different spot has become so valuable for this team. And like I mentioned, I had the one of the few times that I got to listen to the post-game show, and I got to hear Francona talk to the media after the game today. And one of the things he said, now mind you, this is a Hall of Fame manager, a World Series champion manager, and a guy who's had a lot of these guys, is every good team has a utility guy you can just plug in someone he's going to catch the ball. And not only are you getting that, but good hitting, not great hitting, but good enough. Makes contact, doesn't strike out. So I think let me see if I have this correct. I believe he has 4 strikeouts all year so far. Let me pull this up just to make sure. 2 strikeouts all year. 2 strikeouts and 40 at bats. So there's something to say about that. Now I want to get the walks up a little more. He's only got 2 walks, but he makes contact. He puts the ball in play. And from there, as we know, anything can happen, especially when you play a team like the Pirates, where their first baseman gets a chance to throw TJ Friedel throw the runner out at home. Wasn't Friedel. Was it Friedel? No, it wasn't Friedel. Friedel scored on the Elly hit. That's right. And decides to throw to second. And I don't know what that was, but that was pretty brutal. That was like a thing you saw the Reds the boneheaded thing the Reds would do in the past, and they didn't get that. So I think that as this kind of goes on, I think I like this ball club more and more, and getting guys back soon, having a guy like Espinal who's going to really make things really interesting as kind of your utility guy that you can plug in multiple positions. Every team has them, like Tito said. So every good team has a guy like that you can rely on. And this team has kind of given off some of that 2023-12 game win streak vibe so far. Now, very early in the year, but we are really feeling pretty good after this great game. Let's check in with the chat real quick before we move into the update. Pierre asks, what's the 411 on Rhett Lauder? Your guess is as good as mine. I went to the game today with Sydney Price, who's in the chat, and we were actually having that same conversation. No clue. Hopefully good news sooner rather than later, but you feel good where they're at while they're waiting for him. I mean, it certainly could be worse. Malachi Hayes asked a really good question, actually. He says that I'm sorry, this is Michaela Newman, but Malachi does have a lot of pro Espinal. I'll make sure I get to. Think you have to start Espinal at third when McLean comes back. Michaela Newman says this. So, Michaela, that's a great point because Marte's making a really good case for third base too so far in his first 2 games back. I think he's played really good defensively and he's had good at bats. So this is, D-Rock. Dude has been overlooked since he came to town. Espinal solid. Yes, you're absolutely right. Let's see what else we got here. Jacob Doyle. Gavin Lux, 342 on base percentage versus righties and 368 versus lefties. When we are healthy, he can be a strong side platoon and his numbers will look way better. I totally agree with this, actually. I think this is a really good point, Jacob. So this is really nice. And then Joey Gaditza, my good friend, He's from north of the border, for those who don't know. I have some JF fans in my life. I wish they still had Santiago Espinal. Well, they don't, and they took Joey Votto from us. So this feels good. Jonathan, I'd have to go do a little bit of research on this, but this is a good question. What is the longest streak of not allowing a run by a starting pitcher? Greene is going to win Player of the Month if he has one more great start. You know what? I didn't think about that. Tomorrow they'll give out the player. They'll give the Player of the Week. I imagine he's got a really good case for it. So Josh with the update. Thank you, Josh. I appreciate it. Louder's still feeling pain in his thumb. They're getting by until he's back. So even if Nick Martinez hasn't been great, I think the case for Nick Martinez is both his last couple of outings just had that one bad inning. He figures out that additional inning, we're gonna be okay until we get Rhett back. But I love how this team's playing right now. I mean, the wins are stacking up. They're back to 500, which I think this early in the year means a lot. This is going to be Malachi. I totally agree with this. When more good players are in your lineup, your best player is better. So when McLean and Austin Hayes are back with Elly, and he can't be thrown around as much, I think his numbers are definitely going to improve. I thought his hit today was awesome. They brought in a lefty to face him, to turn him around, and he got a nice bloop single. Didn't try to do too much with it. Brought a run in. So that was a fantastic at bat for him. And the strikeouts are the strikeouts. They just are what they are. Hopefully someday they go down a little more, but for the time being, I will live with those if he's giving us everything else he's giving as well. And guys, shocker once again for, I don't know, the 5th day in a row, our Locked On Player of the Game is No Shock.
This is the Locked On Player of the Game.
I mean, it's Hunter Greene. He's unbelievable. The Reds now have 2 starting pitchers. I don't know if you guys understand this. The Reds have 2 starting pitchers that have ERAs under 1. Nick Lodolo at a .96, who's pitching on Tuesday. And then Hunter Greene at a .98 after today. So another unbelievable game from him. Been really cool. I wanted to just kind of take a second here before we wrap this one up and just make sure that we mention the announcer that Tommy Helms has passed away. The former Cincinnati Reds Rookie of the Year has now passed. And so if you're from the area like I am, you saw Tommy around a lot. He's a guy who was pretty loyal to Cincinnati. Rookie of the Year, 2-time All-Star, 2-time Gold Glove. He's had just had a good career in the 60s with this team. Unfortunately, was traded before they could win some World Series. It was part of the Joe Morgan deal, and a guy who, called Cincinnati home. A guy who was just really awesome to be around, and a guy that we saw all the time around town. So really is such a bummer. Did have a good, looks like he lived to 86. So, got the most out of life for sure. For those who know, those of us who saw Tommy Helms around town, we certainly know that he was a guy who always had a smile on his face. So hopefully him and his family can enjoy, can be in peace as he got to live a very good life. And unfortunately he has passed away today, but he just passed away. And he was a really, really cool dude. So I just want to make sure I acknowledge that real quick. Couple things before we get out of here. Got a nice little couple things in the chat. So Mackenzie Gore does keep his NL lead at 7 Ks today. And then this is a big question. Who goes down when McLean and Hayes come back Tuesday? I think that one of the biggest ones is probably for sure going to be Jacob Hurtubise. And the second one is a great question. But let's go ahead here and let's go ahead and move forward to Tuesday. The Reds are off tomorrow. And Tuesday, we have old friend Luis Castillo coming to town. And I'm not ready to get emotional, but Luis Castillo takes the hill for the Seattle Mariners, going against Nick Lodolo, the aforementioned other pitcher with another 1 ERA for the Cincinnati Reds. That's going to be a great pitching matchup. I'm very excited for that game. They will be playing on Tuesday night at GABP. I always love when the Mariners come to town. They always have players that I really enjoy watching play. Of course, my dogs are going crazy as I'm about to end the show. But let's go ahead and wrap this up today. The Cincinnati Reds complete the sweep of the Pittsburgh Pirates. The Cincinnati Reds, 4 runs, 6 hits, no errors. The Pittsburgh Pirates, 0 runs, 2 hits, no errors. Hunter Greene, your winning pitcher, and Carmen Mlodzinski, your losing pitcher. I am Tim Daniel. Be sure to tune in tomorrow live for Locked On Live with Jeff and Steve as they recap the weekend series with the sweep of the Pirates. And I will be back Tuesday night after the first game against the Mariners. Everyone, enjoy the rest of your Sunday, and we will see you all soon.